Hello brother folks, welcome and welcome back. I'm Xenomes. This is the third live streaming this day, and we are going to make finally the rest position. That is something that will work well for, I believe this time should be, it's like nearly my last alternative. If this doesn't work, we are gonna leave it, we're gonna forget this for a while, and because I need to progress, right? But I think it's logically enough. I've made enough tests. Preserve volume, which is dual quaternion skinning, and now it is on linear blend skinning for the general mesh that is deforming here on this armature modifier. But there are spline skinning bones with blend bendy bone splines, right? So it's not just about the generic algorithms there. Anyway, so we won't preserve volume because I found a way that would avoid that the arms and the legs actually there are certain rest positions which will have the where the maximum range of plausible or more plausible poses for the arms and legs, especially regarding the rotation of the thigh and the rotation of the upper arm, that they won't cause the 180 or negative 180 degrees rotation warping artifact. So this is a dual quaternion skin only thing, and I think so we need to find a rest position, a new rest position, which is something in between, hold on, in between this and this, which is actually not that difficult. It's just what's happening, you see, just that the z-axis here of the bones are pointing up, so is the front part of the thigh is pointing towards, or in the case of the top, but then the T-pose, the character will be like that, the top of the thigh is in front, so we need something that is like halfway between these two, so it will be like this orientation, and then the shin and the feet will be aligned with this, so it'll be like diagonally. The shin and the foot are not really important for this business. It's really it's good that they get aligned too, but with the thigh, so that's okay. This is the least of the problems. Then there's a little difficulty in aligning the feet sometimes because of the bones and the advanced foot rig, but it's I know how to solve this. I've just done something like that before, right before the session before. So now we found out what should be the ideal rest position, not so much for armature deforms, but it will help probably in armature deforms, probably more in the frontal bending, even more in this case than any of these two, but might be slightly better than that one for the buttocks. This wasn't the better for the buttocks, at least in the when the legs are, because here the legs are nearly bending behind. This is not really a this was a good position for generic armature deforms. The problem is that for it doesn't work very well with preserved volume, unfortunately, nor this. I won't show exactly where it fails, but yeah, it's complicated. So so it should be something in between. This is 45 degrees, right, more or less, and this is actually a lot regarding the leg dynamics. So if I get this 45 degrees extra 45 degrees rotations, that probably will help a lot in avoiding the warping artifact. So this said, we can probably just reset this pose, and we're gonna remake everything here for making this proper change of rest position. I'm using a very special technique for this, in which why I'm doing this. I just need to, yeah, I sort of want to mimic this pose. I don't know how to do this right now. Yeah, I have to do it manually, no problem. So we're gonna use the mirror here, the pose mirror, whatever it is called. Then we gonna enable the screencast here. So it should be pretty simple. So we want something aligned. So the legs will stay, yes, side like that, exactly, sideways. But the thigh, right? I can play with more bones to help in that. So, but the thigh, the z-axis, which don't see very well here, but we know that we can see by, yeah, we better look at the, if I look at the mesh, it will be this place here, so we can probably paint this in another color. I think this will help. So for example, yeah, I should have done before. So let's pick this here and give this extra, yeah, could be temporarily like that. Okay, so what we want is that originally this was pointing, at least the bones in the armature, they are, so they are pointing forward. You see the z-axis here. So it's all for all the bones that are in the type, related to the type more directly, except for this one, the bendy bone. This is a helper bone. All the rest is aligned, has the same alignment, and this is something else. And so yeah, there's slightly tilt actually. I don't know which z-axis is that one. Probably it's from this. Yeah, it's from this. So you see there is a, well, actually this is the rest pose I'm making. If you check the rest position here, we see clearly that the z-axis are actually very frontal. So we are the ones that are gonna find an in-between between what I've shown before. So yes, so this will be indeed rotating downwards, the type, and so you want something like that. We'll pick this. Actually, it's just the rolls, right? Yeah, but for the rolls, this means something a bit crazy. It means that if we want to have all this aligned, we would have to get, oh, I did something bizarre here actually. Alright, so there's some problematic here, but we'll, so yes, it probably means that we need to have the, yeah, we'll use this, will be handier. We need both the type and the, yeah, we want some diagonal. So one thing is the mesh, of course, and the other thing is the bones. In this case, we'll be more attention about the mesh, but they should match. They might be slightly incoherent, but it should work. Then here we want the foot to be sort of aligned with the type to start with, so something like this. This probably means that we'll have to have the thigh going up because of this sort of alignment. But then I have a problem regarding how this is controlled here. So yes, I want this will be a crazy pose, folks, for the shin. Okay, let's say I rotate the here and then I derotate. Alright, it will be like that. At least we have the controllers, right? But I want the legs to be still straight, like that, horizontal. And we'll try to follow. Yeah, so this will be like the 45 degrees pointing downwards. We see that the z-axis, unfortunately, is not something that could be fixed manually very easily. Like, oh, let me give rotation roll 45 degrees. No, like I need to do it from the pose mode, so it's not, all this rig is constrained, so I'm just gonna do something like that. So if it's not 45 degrees, yeah, you can use the squares as some sort of reference. Yeah. Alright, so let's see here. Also, from a top view, we see that the foot can go like behind a little more. The rotation, right, of the, yeah, we can do that, that's okay. In the sense that we are, yeah, we want this with this kind of bending already for the deform, so this is not really a problem for the shape. It's just bizarre, but that's okay. So here we need to continue doing this. So you see the diagonal there. Okay, this seems to be aligned. Let's see, sideways, this we can solve after. So the important is, if it's the mesh is slightly tilted, we can also solve that later. Same for the alignment of the bones. We're just getting the basic ideas here. Now we need to derotate this. So it will be somewhere like here. Let's compare. Okay, this could go a bit up, right? You see, there's actually I think I don't worry about that, because it's just the question of adjusting the pole target here. So now slightly up, then yeah, maybe more inwards, the X, no, it will be the Y. Now down a little, let's see from here. Okay, this looks like 40 degrees for the, so imagine the shin doesn't exist, right? It's just the thigh thing. Now for the orientation here of the thigh, probably we should be doing this, right? So align with, so we can do this, and this seems to be more or less good. How the foot, now let's try to get, it's Z, right? Yeah, something like here. Okay, this is mostly matching. Can we go that forward? Is this not going backwards too much? No, it looks centralized. Yeah, might be some other adjustment we can do later. So, so with this, it might be a little bad for the front bending. Some z-axis here really sound like they are, let's make sure. Then here we can probably make some better alignment here, something like that. Alright folks, that looks feasible. Yeah, the blue looks too down, so we're gonna just de-roll this little. Ah, yes, good, good, good. Now it looks good. All right, and check those z-axes there. Okay, okay, it needs to be precise, just but not perfect. This is slightly going up though. I don't want to manipulate this. I'm not sure about the consequences. So just moving the main ones. There, okay. Now we're gonna save this, and there's a problem first of the selection of the bones, right? So I have been struggling with that before. They are for the selection sets we have here, so must be on pose mode. We have many stuff here that, okay, so we don't want to show the main stuff, we want to show, so all legs, assuming all the bones for the legs are here, which sometimes is not the case. Yes, for example, here exactly we miss some stuff, so let's make sure that this selection, all legs, includes everything there. If we, let's say, hide everything here, okay, this seems to be fine. So indeed, this is the selection that we want. We want to just to change the color of these bones here. Map uncle, this is sort of a, give it this color here so we don't miss it like another time. And I think the problem I was doing is that I need to replace these two, or maybe I shouldn't replace the position of the, well, not sure. So something was evidently going wrong on the other time. I could never fix totally, but I mean, seamless. I was never able to do this seamless. Some bones of the foot goes there, so I really don't know why. If they were marked to reset on their proper positions. Then, all right, we can get ready. I think. Yes, we can get ready. Sorry, thinking. Okay, it needs to be done with the armature object, so we need, yeah, armature modifier. Sorry, we duplicate that. Then we're gonna give here there is the legs. Yes, hide the legs. We pick this, we invert, and then we do this and place here. All right. Now this affects everything except the legs, and this affects only the legs. This is the inversion. Then we're gonna duplicate from this one, the one that are affecting the legs. Now we have the deforms that we want, and we would like to apply the older one, which is this one. Cannot apply with object with shape keys, that's fine. We have this add-on, apply modifiers for object with shape keys. Then we got armature 1, yes, to apply. Then don't include armature deforms, no, include armature deforms, okay. There's applied. Then we need to set the same thing here for the cloths, a few cloths actually, the boots. So this will be easier, it's just Shift D, Control A. So skirt, this is, so duplicate apply, duplicate apply, duplicate apply, and that's all. I'll have armature 01 evidence that we've just made this for these objects. And now that all this has been done for these meshes, we can actually instead of applying this, we can just now, before we do that, we need to do the thing for the bones, and this is the part where something is going wrong. So I'm gonna make something I'm missing here, so let's just hide the clothes for now. So there's a selection. Where is our selection here? Selection sets. Okay. Alright, so basically we want to apply the new rest positions for a lot of bones, but not all. Certainly all these ones here. This time we'll try to include, we'll include these ones in even the ankle. Yeah, maybe we need to include the ankle, which disappeared actually. Yes, here we'll try to include these ones this time. All these are mechanism bones, so we want to get all these. So this is the rest position. In theory we shouldn't need these ones, but I suspect these are the causes of what is going wrong. So this is the bones that we want to apply the rest position, not the master bones, not the mechanism bones, which are there, except for okay, so because these bones will warp there thanks to what's there. And also these ones. Alright, and so let's save here and let's pose apply selected as rest pose. Apply visual, no. Assign custom no. Alright, so I don't know what's going there. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay, so oh yeah, of course I know what's going there. You need to delete this one, need to turn this off and delete this, and yeah, something, and reset perhaps. Alright, so this is probably, let's see, the pole targets are not culprit, so it's probably that bone. Yeah, it's just that bone. Okay, so yeah, this bone we need to Right, so I have applied the bone, but it didn't work, so apparently it didn't go there where it was actually posed. So this could be just what happens to the bendy bone spline, so maybe we need to reset everything, I don't know. But the rest position is there, right folks? The orientation seems good, we just need to perhaps to... Oh yeah, so it's something about the foot, right? It's always the foot. So as you see, the foot don't get marked. It's always the same thing that's happening. I don't understand this, so it's not this bone's fault. It didn't help anything. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Makes no sense to me, folks. Let's try to do it differently this time. We don't want to include, see, the foot bones are there. Might be how the advanced foot rig works. Maybe some problem with inverse kinematics. Maybe we exclude these two. Yeah, we should try. Alright, let's try this instead. This selection, then pose, apply, selected as rest pose. Same thing happened, and the foot, yeah, the foot goes there again. It just is resilient to get itself there. It gets separated. What if we try to include everything then? Okay, so like apply everything, right? Select it. Alright, so strangely enough yeah, but now something very bad happened. Like, not very bad, but I've lost this. I'll have to reposition these mechanism bones. This wasn't supposed to happen. Or maybe I'm missing the way to do this seamlessly. I never did that completely seamlessly, but okay, let's try to see if there is. Okay, there's a possibility that I need to do this for this warp here. Yeah, I think it's the warp thing. And the rest is mechanism. So let's try this. And also I think it will be good to get these ones back. I think it's the problem of the warping, something about a bone constraint or parenting offset. Alright, so you got this. So we leave there only this mechanism for on the master. In the worst case scenario, maybe we can just include the masters and try to leave other things there. Alright, let's try now. Apply, selected the red. Yeah, the foot still there. So what I prefer, reposition the foot from here to here, or reposition this stuff there. Yeah, it's easier this stuff because they are more regular. Just take them out from the foot, but there's still another option, perhaps, if we succeed on doing that. So let's try again. Let's try with this, and let's, I don't know, exclude this. No, let's include this. Let's see what happens. Can save, then pose, apply, selected as. Okay, but then all the bones strangely warped, even the non-selected ones. This shows a behavior, folks. Like, it commanded the other bones to go there, so that's, I didn't know about that. So this may explain why we're having some. So what is commanding here? So all these bones were transferred, warped. Even their rest position was warped, even though they weren't selected. but they are parented. So for example, this one is parented to this, and this one is parented to this, and this is parented to the root. Alright, so control foot. If I unparent anything here, I probably lose my rig, so I won't be able to make that pose in the first way. So the warp system. Alright. I cannot also unmake this warp. It would just ruin the pose, so there's no much what's happening there. Yeah, never mind, let's load. So I can test, but it's guaranteed something terrible will. Okay, before I did anything this happens. Now it's fine. Probably this is edit mode and this is pose mode. No, okay, so something already going wrong for some reason. Okay, fortunately this is not good. Probably here I've saved on top of some mistake. Now this is good. Let's try to, yeah, so if I get this uncle warp and take off this, what I get is the foot. Yeah, no, we can't do anything like that. So yeah, we are doomed to make this. Don't have many choice. Yeah, advanced foot rig for this is a nightmare, especially with the warping system actually. So we pick all that. Well, it's not so bad, but it could be much better if we had. Okay, so you pick this. Any other controllers? Yes, this and this, and then we. Yeah, so the idea was that we were gonna pick all that and we are going to have we tried that? Okay, let's save on this corrupted thing, and here we going to apply this, except for these bones. Is that what will happen? It's probably these bones will be warped anyways. There be nothing there, so pose. Apply selected as rest pose. Wait, how is it? No, the foot is still has gone anyways. So okay, I'm gonna fix that anyway. So, but at least the mechanism got here. So yeah, that's the best I could do. That's anyway. So here we need to make sure, first of all, that we got rid of excessive armature stuff. We've already we deleted it already. Was that appropriate? Well, we got the new respos. We failed at achieving the new rest position. I've deleted the armature before. No! How did I should, yeah, I deleted the motion, but does it mean that well, the armature, okay, maybe we can reproduce it, even though not for the other objects, they already have been transformed. This is bizarre, but maybe that's worked. So we keep this, and now we should, because this is, we already applied this, but we need to maintain this one, this thing, before we, it's a special case. This is why I deleted wrong, sorry folks. Alright, so here could it be the reason why it was going wrong? No, because when we don't do this, I don't even change the rest position. So I want to change this to this. Okay, so now let's go on pose mode and apply select as rest pose. Okay, now everything's gets screwed up, but then we just, now yes, we can delete that, we can delete that, turn that off, and we can reset the pose. So now this is screwing up because of the same problem that we already know. The foot bones got warped down for some reason, and we're gonna pick them. So foot warp and foot, yeah, the leg, and that's all. But actually we're gonna make a mapper thing here. No, we don't need that because I already know it's an angle of 40 degrees rotation, x-axis. Just need to bring this to the foot there, so it's like yeah, I'll try to align this, get them some structure to remember. So we're gonna pick some, like some, it's this joint here, we add a bone, we align this with this, right? Then wait, still failed, we didn't change the rest position. Yeah, okay, so you have to go before the mistake, which should have been here. So everything back again. Yeah, what a disaster. Sorry folks, this is, yeah, the last live stream of the day. Maybe I should change project, just try to do something else, or even oh, this was a change in rest position. Okay, so this is something we already changed successfully. So okay, the problem is that by achieving this, it's just not working, because probably we shouldn't have deleted that that modifier which did that. and we tried to reproduce but it failed. And have to wait, nothing is going wrong here. I think I know. Okay, we knows. So let's do we need this to, because we deleted the result, so we need to remake the process at least for this thing. Which is the special case. So this is the last time I test on this, otherwise I have all the position to remake. And so here, and we copy here, then we do the inverse, then we duplicate this one, then we apply this one. Okay, must apply armature 01 with and now okay, it's stacking fine. Maybe this, oh, maybe that's what confused me. So this is the rest, this is the rest position, this is the rest pose. As soon as we apply the pose and we reset the bones, we will get this rest position. We already got the rest position, and this is the rest pose that we need to reset. So now is the bones that we need to make the selection. And so let's do the, this was wrong, right? So alright, so let's do it again. This time we get this, and we want the Mac warp, even though that won't do nothing, we know already. At least we try to, okay, why do I have this? Alright, then all the rest don't matter. That's it. Now with this selection here, apply selected as rest pose. Now it gets warped at the rest position. There we go. This is the right rest position. And now, yes, we can go back here and delete this, and there we go. Now it's just something about the foot, and we can go save. Yeah, just to make sure we don't. So I'll start from this. If we reset now, what we get, of course, is a rest pose because these bones are here. But this is the foot, just the foot that is going crazy. We already knows it, so we pick this. Yes, so this. Mac foot warp and def. Okay, and then we bring this back to their place where they should have gone. Let's see the orientations, something like that. Then we select this. Actually, from this joint we add a new bone, we align, we rotate 90 degrees, we use normals here. Then from this we can get these bones to, yeah, let's move these bones to there. Then we align them to this, then we can already align this to this. Then we pick, we can now let's keep this bone for now. Then this and this, then they'll rotate from this on rotate x 40, no, rotate x negative 40, and the length didn't move, and then we align this, and then yes, this we can rescale individually to whatever value, doesn't matter, and this should be done. This should be it. Then we delete this, and with this set maybe still needs to fix something. This is some crazy ankle helper bone that, yeah, of course it got crazy. This don't have parents anymore, so it's much easier to reset this stuff. Of course we'll need to where is it? Okay, I know we forgot this bone, so just whatever, rotate this to align to. Okay, let's pick this one. We actually, it will be anyways the deformed bone in principle. Then we pick this, go there, then align with the deform, and then we can move on normal, along normal, somewhere like here. And now we pick this, we can reset that, and then whatever, need to find it, where it is. Here, reset here, then they go. Although we can make adjustments, this is another time. So there we go, we got it fixed. We can now start, yes, can now consider this 2 as 4, start working from this. This is the rest pose. We need to just see how we make. Okay, so the pole targets, they are like according to the model, except this one. We can probably do something about it. So if we have, where it is here, maybe it's too, no, here. Okay, maybe it needs to go a little more to the left and downward, something like that. Yeah, so should you align this with some, yeah, can align here for now. All these actually we could align like that just temporarily. So here we want this to go more outwards, that's it, and maybe, yeah, more distant from the, it's like we are T-pose, it's like I'm moving in this sense, right? This is how I'm organizing. So here we go. Remembering the pole targets, they are some sort of matching between, so it must not cross an invisible wall in parallel to this, so it's a plane like this in front of both the bones which are part of the IK chain. Of course, in this case is an IK chain of 2. There's a mechanism bone here in this rig, and there's an IK chain of 1 here and one IK chain 1. So this pole target for the shin, so invisible wall here, and pole target for thigh, invisible wall here. So their positions is probably more or less good. We can of course readjust manually on the rest position. Binding posed state. Good Russian morning on a pitch black Brazilian night. Yeah, it's raining a lot here, cyclones, thunders. Not right now, but it hurts me to look at the position you bend her into. Yes, this is radical, but she's acrobatic, athletic, so, and there are good reasons for this. So yes, the reason why I tweaked to this new different pose is not just because it would help in the deforms, natural deforms for skinning algorithms. At least I'm talking about linear blend skinning and dual quaternion skinning, but because I've realized that it seems possible for an average good dynamic and animated character that doesn't do yoga, right? So this character is not yet at yoga level, so contortionism and those sort of stuff. So for this good amount of crazy motions, not reaching beyond that what I've mentioned, not reaching what I've mentioned, yoga contortionism, then and alike, I found out that this position for the leg and for the arm actually are safe enough apparently to develop, to be able to animate with dual quaternion skinning, which is the preserve volume option. Because on this, if we use this, it's good for maintaining the shapes, it's preserve volume. As the bones rotate, we can expect a better preservation of volume, but there's a big issue in the dual quaternion. It's in Blender manual. So this is with it's exaggerated, the gluteus, the buttocks, because I was rigging, but anyways we're gonna change that. So this is linear blend skinning. You see the amount of volume loss that the character is suffering now with dual quaternion skinning. But there is a great drawback in these skinning algorithms that maybe you already know. At a rotation of 80 degrees, 180 degrees of a deformed bone, could be on any axis, it will create warp, and this warp will totally destroy the rig, and there is no solution to that. So if we know that the rotations that we intend to do on the character are not gonna create warp, because it's a pose that the character will never have, then this will be a safe condition to use dual quaternion skinning. And it seems to me that in certain case, the case I was rigging right before, I was using linear blend skinning, then I considered this theoretical approach, right? And I think that rest position, weird rest position, would do. I was already successful for the arm in this rest position, and now I think I finally found what will be good. And this 45 degrees increment from either the thighs up or front, it was too exaggerated in one or another direction respectively for the warping artifact of dual quaternion skinning. But this difference, this in between each of the z-axis, either was pointing up or forwards. Wait. Oh no. So this pose is wrong. Yeah, we did it. We did it wrong. It was this way. Now certainly, this means I have to redo this thing. What a disaster. Okay. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can tweak this manually at this point, but yeah, just rotate the mesh, just rotate the bones on edit mode. It's possible, like in this case it's just Y rotations, right? Okay, we can do that. I think it's feasible. I've already done this for, remember, the arm, right? So it's plausible, so we can do it. So let's try, but first I want to see where would technically this exaggeration of the front would make that as soon as I rotate this leg like a sitting character, like with the crossed legs, something, we'll see the warping artifact somewhere. It's inevitable. It might be difficult to find sometimes. This is why this is so rare that people would work on this kind of, yeah, so something like this should generate the warp. Maybe don't see it immediately. Yeah, there you go. Very easy now. So yeah, the front, and this is not an impossible position, right, for the legs. There are many reasons, of course, not exactly this pose, but something like that, right? So you see the back of the legs pointing, something like, so yeah. So this is happening because of, this was already, if this was already bad for this kind of pose, this is even worse, and this is what we've done. While what we needed is something like that, that would give us 40-degree advantage over this one, 90 degrees advantage over this one, and 40 degrees advantage over this one, but regarding something that was happening behind. So the back rotation, which I don't know exactly how to show now. So we can work here. You explained it for so long that you understood it yourself. Yes. So it is a long process, but we are getting it slowly. Now let's get to the next. Okay, we're gonna make a change now, but we're going to do it manually because it is possible. The bad thing of doing it manually is that yeah, it can be pretty annoying. There are situations where the mesh gets too much distorted. Actually, there's a bad reason to do this manually. There are boots. Well, boots, it's just a matter of, okay, we can match. I think we can match everything here. Yeah, let's see how looks the skirt provide, because this is something I need to be careful. If the mesh here was destroyed by some mistake that I've done previously, we're gonna see. Now the skirt mesh seems to be fine. Then the sleeves, the boots, seems to have survived. Okay, it's just distorted here for some strange reason. But the shape here is regular. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna do it manually this time, because the shift doesn't seem to be too much. It's just like in this case is just rolling of the y-axis here, bone rolling. Feel free, folks, to listen to any music you please, because here I cannot share this one. Alright, so it seems the background music has ended. And what about the Mass Effect sound? It was fine. Or no, it's because I'm concerned about copyright, because I don't own those soundtracks. It's on YouTube, okay? Someone posted there. But if I start using over and over and over and over again, yeah, it can become problematic, I think. So I don't want to take the risk, unfortunately. So here we did the inverse. So we needed not this nor this as it was previously. We need something like here. So that we can use the quadrants here to get an idea. Alright, then, but I'm listening to that, so if you want, it's in, there's a playlist here. Where's the playlist? Well, I've lost the, no, it's here. Alright. It's just those Mass Effect things, 1 hour of stuff here. Yeah, it was extremely nice for a live stream, but maybe at some point I get some synthwave with copyright, I don't know. If you find, by the way, was some cool copyright free soundtrack, then that will interest me to live stream, but it must be that. So here, okay, y-axis, right, pointing upwards diagonally. So we start by, so let's use this bone as a reference and let's align this. So start aligning those things. So here we can also, so we reset here, for example, we can use, I think, not sure this will work. Yeah, okay, it's aligned, although it cannot really align perfectly the roll, but seems to match. Here the z-axis of this bone roll, no, it's pointing to the side. No, we want it to be a positive, something like here. Yes, so z-axis pointing to the side, right? It could be, also could use this. No, this doesn't work. Alright, so you see the diagonals here, so that's what matters. So here too, then this means that, yeah, the armature also the mesh needs to be tilted. So we're gonna do this with the Control Shift Alt R, rest position. So now you can, there won't be deforms happening, nothing, bone constraints, everything disabled. We just have a shortcut for the rest position radio button on the skeleton panel. YouTube is full of music without copyright for background. Yeah, problem is finding them or trusting the content. Should be easy, but I don't have much time to, I just start searching and nothing seems to be right, trustable. I don't know. I need more time to find that out. So here, yes, I think there are even music sites that have copyright free content, but then you start looking, there's only sites selling music. It's chaotic. Hard to find what exactly I need. Needs to be a careful search. Okay, so this one let's align with y-axis, something like that. No, it's not working. Alright, anyways, we need to, now we can totally rotate this. Oh, this means that all this should be rotated differently. So this will be a bit complicated. But we have this joint here. Let's make sure it's all snapping to the center. Yes. So we can try this. We need to make these bones pivot. So we're gonna make them like pivot like that. Sort of reflexive, so we can see the quadrants here. This so it will be like, let's say the leg takes, yeah, so 1 1 2 1 2, it will be somewhere like here, I guess. I use manually my fingers here on the screen. Yeah, it's more or less like here, except so I'm mapping the ankle. Okay, the ankle, I see. Somewhere like here. Yeah, so this is up to where I need to reach the mesh. Now I'm gonna snap this. Back here. The alignments here, we need to fix them, so in principle it will be let's see what happens when we align this with, oh, I see. So yes, it's good that we do something like that. So align with this. We now use normal. We can start rotating on that joint, and so here you see where points the, is this correct? Yes, this should be correct. So the axis pointing there, but this, there's a slight change in the ankle. This could be problematic in many reasons. So instead, let's get this snapping. Alright, so the roll may be not perfect, but we do this later. This bendy bone also you can snap here. Okay, I see where it needs to snap. Right, everything seems to be snapping there. Now this can align to this can align to this. Here. Anything else? Okay, this aligns here. This, yeah, okay, we have this problem. This is the mapper. Looks like there's some strange behavior there. Anyways, these now we align this to this. Okay, this is okay, align here. Then we need to try to align this to this active bone, or right, align and align to this, connect, snap, I mean, then this aligns here, and then rotate on X. Rotate X, negative X, no. Rotate X, negative 40, no. Rotate X 40, something's wrong here. It's this one, rotate X 40, there you go. Yes, clean. This for the armature. This bone. Should it need this kind of alignment here? I think usually it's aligned to the world space, so instead, okay, let's create a bone here, rotate Z90, no, rotate Z100, rotate here, and then we get line here, but we reset row, turn up, there you go, something like that should be fine. If not, we just align this with the rest. Of course, we don't see anything here because we're still working on rest position, so we want to get the mesh now aligned, so this could be a bit more trickier. Yeah, this will be a bit more complicated, we'll see, but should be plausible. We can make it in parts. Basically we get all this, we can use the pivot around here, for example. Actually, there's a better way. We pick some face loop here, put the cursor in the middle, then on global, but cursor, and then we go on this, and then we start rotating, rolling. What's that? No. Okay, let's pick all that and invert and hide. Okay, then simple, right? Of course this will have cause some problems in the mesh in some ways that we do not see yet. Yeah, I'm afraid of something that I thought I have hidden this mesh here. Anyways, let's see. Yes, we have made some mistake. We shouldn't have this mesh selected. So let's hide this. Maybe we can hide this. Yeah, we can make just a extra face loop here just for sacrificing these to have a map our into our. Yeah, gonna do that after we just. So be magenta, so we know that here will be. We made some extra subdivision here. Okay, so we pick all that again. Let's rotate here, and there we go. And a front view. Now this should be aligned with the bones. Yes, apparently yes. Maybe like slightly more like that. Good. Now we see that the blue faces are facing forwards and align with that. This looks great. Now we need to see what happened to the actual mesh here. Yes, so this is the new rest position. We probably need to make some smoothing or using your command, your shortcut of the smooth. What's the name? It's the Russian translation name. Actually, it is the Alt S thing, right? Shrink flatten. Let's see. So, all right. So we have lots of vertices here. We're gonna remake this topology, not topology, sorry, the mesh geometry here. Just this should be easy. With this new rest position, we should just make better rearrangement here. It's sort of gain of volume here for some reason, and let's see. Yeah, I need to reshape some stuff here. Sort of modeling skills. It's not likely this is the case of adding more mesh geometry. Dissolve edge. Yeah, we see what's happening. We got some rotation, right? Crazy rotations of the mesh that we need to refine their matching. So yeah, we can hide the armature at this time. Oh, I see. This is yeah, so this mesh should be probably, it's like a side bending of the leg, so we need to so this is another way to make this pose change. Very complicated too, but yeah, sometimes it's definitely worse, but sometimes it could be the alternative if the other method is really destructive for whatever reason, and it can be complicated. There are things I couldn't find a solution for, but they were minimum things. Yeah, so this probably won't. Yeah, we see this mesh here. This is probably bad. The character needs volume here. And this part here, this face loop, seems a bit Alt S, right? Yes, this could be good. It's a bit disorganized here. This part looks like we need some rethinking on this thing, right? I see there's a clipping issues. Urgently we need to fix this. Done. Alright. Yeah, this new rest position, I need to, probably I did something wrong in this, the way this mesh topology is disposed in 3D space. Maybe I need to push this like that. Yeah, this part looks like we need some additional mesh topology to solve this, because at least for this pose it looks really strange here. Of course, this has to do with some okay, this is a bit better. This part could certainly gain some volume too. So let's pick this, maybe here actually. Alright, so I think this kind of solved the rest position on the an alternative method. Less automatic, but sometimes more handy than the other one. Now if I, yes, okay, this is fine. For more details on the anatomy will be I see here apparently we probably need to okay, let's create a subdivision here at once, right? This seems to be urgent. So now you can play a little with that and smooth out these faces which are a bit too, yeah, there's the belly is making this region a bit too strange. This area now is a bit chaotic, the crotch. will be the case perhaps to add a new I would say edge loop to the legs. I don't know, right in the front. Not sure. This edge loop certainly is a bit weird. And here we're lacking some geometry. This is probably gonna create some problem in this region. Well, maybe not, but yeah, this, when we have this kind of shape here, these two faces, they're gonna start creating this crease here, and it might be not exactly the kind of shape we want here. We want instead we would like this face to be going inwards and this like following the others. It sort of works, but it's a bit inadequate, I think. Yes, and this a lot probably is wave painting, so it's not something that is exactly caused by what you the rest position. Maybe partially, yeah, but I think not totally. It's the forms I'm having incidentally after, so you can smooth that out too. Would help a little. Because of the rest position we have, we can exaggerate some of the anatomy shapes here on the gluteus, because these will probably help the deforms already. So now we have solved finally this thing. We are going to see how, yeah, maybe we would have to solve more stuff, but let's go on back on pose position. And so now we are gonna see the result of all this craziness. Okay, so you see the hips are too wide. This is okay. We see some warping there, and we are not sure why this is caused. I hope it is just some pole angle and not some, okay, it's some pole angle stuff. It's not certain, it shouldn't have been that, because we made all the preparations to avoid exactly this. So let's see where this is caused, right? So you see our pole targets are sort of all crazy. They shouldn't be crazy like that. They should be following their proper bones. So strangely, what happened here? Yes, we see what's happening. So this is the shin pole, so you just get this and start by getting it there, and then we can use like normal and moving it like beyond that thing, right? Something like that should be good. There would be even a better way. Is there a way to, yeah, we can, for example, align that and then move it like that, and then get it to align with workspace. Why not? So then in any case just realign and you get it. So here for the other pole target, where it is here, get this, get, okay, let's get aligned first, then move there, and Z, I think it's Z, there we go. This is exactly where we want, exactly in the middle, facing front, and that. And now if we pause here, we see that control type pole left, control shin pole left, that's it. This bone is too far, the leg pole, the big one, it should be above the type, so it's too low. So in order to avoid this, we need to let's get it aligned with this, then we move it here, then we go here, and then we go Z, no, X maybe, or Z, well, maybe a combination of X and Z, right? Until it is somewhere like yeah, it's too far, so let's just move it like arbitrarily somewhere. Something like that, right? Then we align with this one. Let's see now. What we see is that it's too far outside, so the leg spread like that. We want it more to the center, so this means that according to here, the center would be this. Yeah, starting to get better. I think it's too high also, so don't need to be that high, and more to the center maybe. What about this? Still too high, but generally it's nearly doing what it needs to do, so you get really, yeah, it's not bad, but it's not centralized enough. This rest position, we can make these bones maybe go a little more to the bottom, right? Stretch the legs a little. This is too much, so something like that perhaps. We can make this precise, but then it's complicated because it's not so much the having the model fit the grid from head to feet exactly. Is like, technically it's simple, we just have to proportionally adapt. The problem is that we cannot then use the grid as a measure. Well, we'll have to make a very laborious setting, and because the adaptation is complicated, sometimes we need to make changes. Then any minute change there would be also the this could be slightly there, right? This could actually be centralized, right? This is not, well, no bone here is really centralized, so it's like noobish. It's not, it doesn't seem to be necessary. Something more arbitrary should be just good enough. Like this one, this looks good to me. Maybe they are arced back here too much. Yeah, this is problematic, so maybe we need to avoid this, maybe a little more to the up. This looks good, all right, for the bending here. And then still we have problem with these poles, right? We need to, so let's see, where is the main one? Oh, here, you see how up they are. So to avoid them being up, I think we need to move them to the X, right? Now this is literally moving them to the okay, now at least the legs are sort of straight. This is good. Okay, the bones are doing what we want on that peculiar position, but I think they don't really need to be that up. So it's not X, maybe it'd be just Z. Yeah, or it's a combination of things, I don't know. Now it got a bit complicated to change it, so let's get it a bit up. Not as good as we had before, so maybe more up and slightly to the side. Still not seem as good as we had before, but starting to get good, so maybe more up. Yeah, so that's the idea. So finally, folks, we got it. We got the new rest position, and in thesis, these new rest positions should be free of the warping. Let's see, for the back of the leg. As we move the legs inside, okay, I'll need the big moment. All of this we did for science, rigging science in Blender, but also to see if we can prevent something that was occurring in a bending like this. With this extra 45 degrees that we have more or less for the y-axis, the rolling of these bones here, we can probably be able to avoid critical warping there. If it happens, we'll see when it will happen, but we'll see when it will happen and see if this is enough for our character. There it happens. Oh, so it's not that good. So but the leg can go there. Alright, it was happening slightly before that, but it's still actually bad. Very strange that I calculated in some sense. We must make sure it's not the rolling here. Alright, so it still happens, and it's not like, okay, the character will be doing this pose, maybe not, but maybe the leg like this perhaps would be nice. Actually, let's do it only for, yes, you see, which character would do that? Not even Spider-Man. So there you go, folks. If we weren't using so now I'm confused again. I did that because I thought this would be giving extra range. I expected more, but now I'm just realizing that, okay, in relation, okay, let's see, y-axis up, this was one of the poles, y-axis front, this is another pose, this was another, and this is what I was having in the beginning. So if you have this one, the role of the type to have, well, if I have what I have, this is 100 degrees. Is the Y. We can't see it, unfortunately, unless we isolate the, maybe it's an animation, a bone like this one. Well, of course we don't see. So it tells here it has rolled on its y-axis, I believe, already 180s from this rest pose. So the way I was doing this was like getting this, then adding rolls here, so this would be like a negative 90-degree roll, then it rolls on the z-axis also at negative 90 degrees, so z and y negative 90 degrees. This is already half. Wait, is it true? It starts like that, so rotate y. Yes, okay. Then rotate z negative 90. Okay, so you get this. This means that the type would be pointing backwards. That like totally. Wow, that's already a z inverse. It's crazy. Rotate z, rotate x. Alright. Okay, let's do different. So negative x and another negative z. You see, this is negative, and another negative row of the y-axis. Okay, so this stacks. There we go, we stacked 90 and let's try now this, which this is what I was intending to try but this gave up because I decided that I found that I was apparently wrong. So what would that do is that if we got a z90 negative 90 this, then rotate x negative 90, and there we go, we have, then we can make some rolling. We didn't sacrifice anything. Interesting. But then there's another problem from this one. If we want a pose like the sitting with crossed legs, y90, yeah, so y90, then y45, not enough, right? Y90, and this is becomes a dangerous leg pose, right? Just by seeing this, right? Now if we start from here, '90, yeah, from starting from this we see that we have freedom here, but it's not the case for the other stuff that can happen. That's why you have the problem behind. Then why this failed? Of course it's failed because again if we roll all that, this is already, and this should be even worse for the this is worse for this. This is better for this one is better for yeah, maybe exaggeration, but then so what we have now is that, alright folks, so this is very complicated to find, and the combination of the rotations make this even more challenging. So despite our efforts here, these 45 degrees increment, positive or negative, were very little stuff in order to avoid the warping. At least, like, well, we can animate that, right? It's not like it's plausible. It's not ideal. Let's get some foot selection sets here. Actually, no, just get this. So that I would like to have the leg going that way, right? But then at some point I'll have warping, which is caused that I don't see. Yeah, so sometimes it doesn't appear clearly. So for now, no warp. So you see, it works. But as soon as I get some, where is the yeah, so the warp is up here as I want to get the leg down. Down and up. If it's just up or inside, it should be okay, but yeah, actually there are other conditions. Let's pick only these bones. Yeah, see, it's very crazy motion here, right? But this is happening because yeah, still the knee is not pointing down. As soon as it's pointing down, so there's some position. Where is the, yeah, let's ignore this, let's use the big one. No, bad use. There we go, warping, of course, cannot confuse with other stuff. Easy way to see what is it, what we can just turn it off. Yeah, so here we have full freedom. So this is actually, yeah, this is not warping because of, this is because of the pole target. So here we have a lot of motion here. So we're gonna try this with preserve volume. we see you have good range, so maybe same range of movement. So this is intriguing. So actually I'm able to get good poses here. Alright folks, so I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna work on the preserve volume on this, and then what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna continue the exploration on my own, but for this preserve volume stuff. But we'll accept this as the new rest position. Seems to be valuable for many things. We've made also adjustments to the mesh, although it certainly requires some retakes. We are going from this stage to work on the buttocks leverage system, right? We need certainly to okay, so this is caused by the deforms on the mesh here. So it's like the crotch region in this case should be more, this mesh should expand more, but this would cause some yeah, this is the part where we might need another yeah, this looks better certainly. We can probably smooth out this this mesh here, so tweak it in many ways to get it more natural. Okay, we've been able to improve this. Maybe now it's really because of the rest position. Will be really more a question of reducing some volume here. The type, you cannot really change the rest position of the type, so this is a problem. But it doesn't mean that we can perhaps make some changes here. Yes, this seems to be working. Slight reposition of the type. But there are many problems that we need to address still in this region. Her torso is a bit too large, massive in regard to the type, but whenever we try to augment this, we get not what we want. Yes, and I know this position, the T-pose, gets a bit more complicated from this elevation here. And the T-pose is very important. A shame that this is making it harder. Okay, I'm gonna save here. I need to study some stuff here. I'm not convinced of everything. So if I return to the very beginning, yes, this is the pose I was working with in the very beginning. And this is something I tried next, but it was a bit more radical than what I had. So I had a good state here. And without preserve volume. I don't see where the warp is happening, but soon enough. Alright, but we see that we can go very far already. So why was I complaining so much about this? This pose also should allow to get some that sitting. Yeah, maybe it was here where I started to realize I need to do something different. Well, actually this is not this feasible. I don't see the warps happening. I have preserve volume on and I don't see the warping happening. Here I know it will happen, but so maybe it's arguable now why this pose like is sort of the actual middle between many things that I was trying, like this one and this one, and even yeah. It might be the best actually, so I already had the best in this case and I didn't realize I was what we saw on different cases were just worse, much worse than the possibility this gives us. So I wasn't able to do this in the other. It will immediately warp. So probably I saw something wrong and I was intrigued, and then yeah, gone into the rabbit hole and got the wrong idea for okay. So this means we did all that for nothing, only to find out that what we had here seems to be the most accurate. So for this preserve volume stuff, so okay, let's at least we made some more experimentation, found out some difficulties in we'll keep this one, and we are going to work from this one, because the other, yeah, the T-pose, all that, here you see the T-pose is much better. Even though we have, yeah, it's much more convenient to work from this so we need to make some adjustments on those clothes, right? So let's make the famous shared wave things since we are here. It's very simple. I used to use the how to say data transfer modifier for cloth rigging, but then eventually I found out that wait, this is just too it's too much work, and then you have to manipulate the modifiers. Then also if you have shape keys you need an add-on, otherwise you can't apply them. then Y, right? We have the shear wave things, so you need to have just, okay, let's go on our, oh, I don't have here yet the, this is doing nothing, I think, yeah. So no, actually this on the armature, rest position, it's a shortcut that I've made for this radio button, shift control alt R whatever, so so just get to swap here, so use these rest positions. So let's see what we have here for the boots. The boots mesh don't have anything special, right? You can delete everything there, and yeah, I thought might have some mask div. No, this is for the, yeah, nothing here. Solidify, yeah, this is very old stuff, so hide, then what are those deforms, modifier, body, boots, oh, this one, okay, so lock this, all the others we can unlock. So first we delete all the, we'll start from this, so dash delete all unlocked. Also let's delete these ones, select the body, select this wave paint mode, then wave, transfer waves, transfer data, transfer data, yeah, transfer waves, vertex group, nearest, no, here we got a nearest face interpolated, then match target that layer to affect by orders, indices, not sure. Yeah, I don't know about that, so replace, and that's it. Modifiers, okay, it has, okay, you can use the preserve volume, solidify, alright, subdivision, yes, and mask for, yeah, if we want to use it along with the boots, it will mask, not working, probably we need to remake this, no, just retarget, yeah, here we go, that's good. Alright, then we need here to readapt this mesh, it's not good, so even though we're gonna, can this work? Snap to, no, snap to include non-edited, it's risky, but seems to have worked properly, but there are still a lot of interpenetrations. What if the waves are still the same, so why not do it again, right? Maybe it will be better now that we adapted the mesh. So body, mesh, wave paint, let's wave transfer waves, same thing, there we go, no difference. The mesh didn't really, yeah, this didn't really change. Alright, and then usually it's better to delete everything, batch delete all unlocked. I think it has a difference, even though. Alright, no, I don't see any difference. So let's just get the solidify to. Now this is horrible. So we're gonna get just manual adjustments there without this snapping. Proportional editing should help. We can hide the armature right now. Strangely, that part didn't adapt very well. Maybe this mesh is older, or it should be simplified for this object. Yeah, these leggings are sort of old. The mesh geometry is probably very different than the original. Yeah, we can actually delete this. Let's just get this and just add everything from there, and Shift D, then P selection, and just join this to the leggings. So this, then control leggings, must be on object mode. This, then leggings, control join. Now there's a target. Well, there was a target for that part. We make this. Oh, there's still a target anyways. Still working from the copy, so that's fine. It's a little wrong. It will be cool if we could adapt, so yeah, let's ignore this stuff for now. In principle, what's happening to the sleeve? Yeah, the materials here are useless. We just want there are other materials. Alright, so we can use this one. Okay, that should do. Yes, now this mesh matches, and we need to do again for the vertex groups. We could delete everything. waves, transfer waves, same stuff. So it's cool that we want to make sure that the same mask boots would be the reused for the leggings and the body, since the mesh is the same. Yeah, so we just need to do something about the vertex group from the original mesh, so it will naturally adapt. Here we can do something about okay, so some mesh didn't actually get duplicated, sadly, so yeah. Let's do it again. I'm curious, yeah, let's try to make some texture painting. I know it's a bit chaotic, but might be I want to see UV texture. I wait too long to do anything like this to the clothes and clothes rigging. It's rigging too, right? Although not body. So let's see, at least for this, let's see, and the boots we'll see what we can achieve. So Shift D, Control P, P selection. Then we get this same object on object mode. We join with leggings. There we go. Control J. Then we here we have probably serious wave painting. Then we got the materials problems. We need to paint all that like this. We can again okay, now this seems to have achieved some automation. Where is the vertex groups though? It didn't, oh, they didn't transfer. Alright, we need to do this again. So except that this time we'll be more careful. We are already gonna get this modifier boots there. Which I think we're gonna hide. Yeah, we're gonna remove these ones. So it will be slightly safer to do this thing. And then yes, no vertex groups, plenty of vertex groups, waves, transfer waves, all that stuff. And yeah, now it's matching except on edit mode, but that's fine. It's just they are matching on surface apparently. Then we go here, we can boots, and if you activate, now you get this, and so this actually, and then the boots which need, yeah, alright, good. We can attempt some extra modeling in this mesh. Not that I have much ideas. Then the solidify, yes, solidify could be a problem. Can we have any idea for modeling this? Yeah, I'm a modeler, why shouldn't we... Wait, why I can't edit? I'm on edit mode. Are there shape keys here? Oh, it copied shape keys, but then... Yeah, let's just delete the shape keys. Yeah, so shape keys getting used to this nightmare. Okay, this we can do, then perhaps... I don't know which kind of... could have another material here, I don't know, like this. Where are the... Where has gone everything? Then, yeah, we can solve a lot of things with texture. I don't think there is much that I want to do, it's just the modeling here. This is already fine, maybe some tweak here on the side. Yeah, like a cut here, that should work. Why anyone would want triggons? I don't know, just because it shouldn't affect the animation, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Shape, triggons in action. Dissolve vertex. Yeah, so here we're gonna go a little artistic finally, right? Some I don't really know the shapes that I want, so I'm just exploring possibilities. Here we could perhaps do some inset thing. And build some it's just not happening very well here because perhaps the solidify modifier is destroying it, I'm not sure. Or maybe we just need some edge crease at this point. No. Is there a subdivision here? Yes, but use crease? Yes. Yeah, it might be the solidify. No? So something is preventing these shapes to appear. They are there, but the material is just too bad, maybe. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. So how does that deforms? Oh, need to go on. I'm tempted for the, yeah, for the, these details could be a little bigger, right? So here we have a little problem in terms of mesh geometry. Could easily be solved by some clear trick here. There we go. Okay, and now so this part here we can make some interesting tilt of this mesh. Yeah, this was actually part of the character design. Had to readjust. Then we'll see what we can do with some crazy texture painting. We have texture painting skills actually. I think you have this, Alatsky, in case you're still there. Have you already wave painted in Blender or in other 3D software? Not wave painted, texture painted. It's something that for a long time I sort of nearly avoided, but actually it can be very satisfying. Oh, I got that feature all wrong here. Yes, I use texture painting. Yes, that's very good. I like the results in video games, for example, or old school stuff. I really like the aspect of textures, and for this character I want to do this kind of look for yeah, and but I've been doing rigging all the time, so it's like never received attention, texture painting, and now it's something that I want to urgently get into because it will boost the visuals of the characters, since I'm just using some very simple shadings, having some interesting texture. I've been looking at reference, it really helps a lot in getting. And then of course there are probably many styles of painting those stuff. Yeah, I don't like the subdivisions here. Maybe I should simplify this, collapsing this mesh already. Again, on the channel Gus Gunterson, there is a very beautiful and simple style of drawing textures. Little kitty guy 3D model, speed model. Okay, let's take a look on that. Speed modeling. Okay, but yes, this is speed modeling. Might be some texture painting at some point. This style. Yeah, that's pretty cool model, and crazy corrected the eyes of this character. Interesting. I think this is yeah, the shading with grease pencil and or how to say. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Thanks for the. Gonna see what. Here we can dissolve this. Yeah, let's make this quadratic thing. Yeah, this is just good enough with the subdivisions. We can actually change this. Alright, let's consider this perhaps ready to texture, except things got wrong here, I think. Some mistake here on this mesh. Alright. Still, oh, this is just impression, no, really won't appear. Let's see again. Yeah, I'm tempted to maybe also make change to this. Can play with that. What about this? Okay, so apparently there's some problem of waves there. Okay, no big deal. So apparently the bones that are where I need to add some waves there. Alright. Or maybe just redo the waves, right? Why not? So let's try. Actually, on the armature, rest position, wave pane mode, waves, transfer waves. Okay, exactly that. Then okay, done. So just automatic stuff. Oh, now I got some issues there. How did that horrid thing happen? Did I accidentally? No, it was some change that I've made here. This looks like some bold target craziness. Actually, where it is? Oh, it's some mesh that it was not the body. It's some mesh on the. Alright, that I probably didn't delete. So where's the leggings? No. Hide? No. Some crazy thing in Blender then. Needed to update. Let's see what we can do about this texture, right? So we need to get again the rest position, I believe. Then we go on. I need to UV unwrap this. So the technique will cut from behind, I think. Yeah, exactly here. We'll make some. We'll end here. Mark seam. And here I'm not sure about this part. We'll see if that will work. Yeah, we could also try to pick all that separately, but I don't think so. Not for this attempt here. Okay, this all cut through, and then for this, could we cut from yeah, we could cut through this maybe, or just through this. No. Mark scene, alright. Will be cut like that, alright. Like a band, this one. No, it still lacks something. Yeah, this thing here. This won't really work, I think. Well, we can try. I think there's be mountains. Let's see what will generate. Then this will unwrap. No, yeah, I think this could work, but might be a bit strange. Then, all right, let's try this. So, can we UV unwrap with texture? So we need with UV. I mean, can we UV unwrap with mirror modifier? Would that cause any problematic? UV unwrap. Alright, so let's see what we got. What is that part? Oh, I think something. No. Alright, as I thought, this makes sense. Then this. Alright. Feasible. Then the top. Feasible. This, maybe another. No, it's not terrible. I think this can be, yeah, it's workable. So I need to assess the material for this. So let's do something else for this cloth here. Will be another cloth thing. So be actually, yeah, leggings. So this, I know it's it has already building up texture. So vertical split. We want first of all to get the shader editor for that. Yes, it contains self shading, but I'll have to mix this with texture. So texture coordinates, and actually Control T, Alt T, Shift T, I don't remember what is. So vector mapping, UV vector, input texture, texture, image texture, new text leggings. Yeah, that be it. Then flat, yes, we get to mix, I think. So currently okay, so I see it's mixing. Alright, we see the shading event. Let's see what we can achieve with texture here. So alright, we got the UV, we need the alright, then image editor. Alright, can you look at the paint? There we go. Can we texture paint this? Yes, we totally can. There we go. So how to Oh, before I forget, let's save this texture here. Protect and save as library. Alright, that's UV here. Let's get how do you call it, the maybe it's not in this mode. Oh, actually here, opacity, let's get slightly more here so I see. Alright, this looks like Right, this is our first texture map for clothes of this character. I don't know if it's... Yes, let's save this. Let's see how it looks if we get the armature. Let's see if we can play with the shader, perhaps. Yeah, certainly we can play with the shader. Home. No, need to get here. So yeah, we were able to do this. Is this required for that? Yeah, apparently required. Then yeah, there's the boots that are, yeah, the boots are problematic. So what about an edge shader? Doesn't work. Oh, of course doesn't work. You need this. Okay, so the adding doesn't seem to hold any. Doesn't even switch. Alright, so let's do this. Either the texture is too weak or the we can help with that maybe. Not sure this is too strong. Okay, regular as this will be fine. If it just gets textures, there's no influence from the color world stuff. oh, need to show this. Alright, so alright, that's yeah, texture is very subtle, but yeah, that's cool that it's subtle, but it certainly could get more yeah, the tone is really problematic. This green was just like an experimental thing to start with. Let's try some color. Is there hue, saturation, gamma? Yeah, something like that. I always did that on Photoshop. Let's see. Yeah, this. Something between this and red, like yeah, 0.1 is fine. What about brightness, gamma? Now let's not do gamma, it's too strong. Then we add this. Right, and so here there's no noise texture like for the buds, so this could be slightly bad for the results we're looking for overall, but it's looking a bit strange now. Of course, these are no clothes, these are just mesh into the body. We need to add more stuff that is not destroyed, like the boots. Alright, let's join this and get here. Alright. Okay, it's not that bad. I like, although we can retake the colors, whatever, maybe some details, but the combination, yeah, we must make sure that the lighting works. Let's see. It's very slightly affected by the light of the world. Let's see if we can get some object here. Yeah, it doesn't, there's the sun also. Oh, the sun won't. Let's check it again, how much light there is here. 20,000. Well, it's a lot. Alright, we see, but it's too little. Let's see if I can adjust the shader from here. Mix shader, yes, more to the alright, so now I think it's better. And about this, yeah. Okay, it's getting light influence, environmental influence. This should be useful. And since, yeah, I didn't know about this thing that didn't push the. Must check if this was. Yes, this. Three D is crazy, like it's all we can do with this stuff. It's overwhelming. I don't, but takes too long to do nearly everything. But once things work, it's really wow. How did achieve that thing? Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff to do, but we got the. With good practice, I think I'm ready to continue making the texture of this character. For yeah, even for the body, everything. Maybe at some point this shader will even take off the noise thing and consider just, yeah, why noise if we can have this solved by the right image textures. Then for sure I would like to have the yeah, I need to investigate this. I don't remember this as a property of the previous rig. Maybe it will be a limitation unless I bring this together. So what is parent to root? This is parent to root. Okay. What if instead this is dangerous? Let's see what happens if I parent it to this bone. Yeah, then we don't have the dynamic. I can still parent it to No, it's same thing. This should be in place. Yeah, this is the problem of the bones of the foot. Okay, let me load a very old version of Dorothy. To see. Yeah, so maybe I never perceived this thing. Let's see. Exactly. So there's another alternative to this IKEA thing that I need to retake. Maybe I have it somewhere. Maybe it doesn't present this. So probably how to find it. And that'll be the last thing I'm gonna do here. So hips join 2, hips join dynamic reducing. Oh, I think it was at this point. Poles, leveraged back, duplicate advanced foot rig. Yes, let's check this thing. Is this the version? Okay, that's the version of multi-IKEA. '65, '66. I have another version where it is different. Maybe it was. Nope. IKEA of 2, then where's the deformed bone? IKEA of 1, no, same system there. This is number 63. Ah, maybe it was even older. Leverage, yeah, that's this point. Yeah, it was about here, it was very early. 27. Def. IKEA, no, this one still have this. Of course, in this case we don't have advanced foot rig, we were dealing with other problems. So this was 27. So we're getting close, folks. I've just looked at new backup, working, preserve mirror. No, this is all the stuff. So yeah, okay, last attempt. '27, shoulders, spine, next costume, shoulder, anything that is skinning test, there is starting. IKEA spine, no, IKEA spine, no, 45, There's no name for this. There's a problem with topology list. Integrator foot rework. Oh, okay, foot rework. I see that. So 22. But at this point, we didn't even have, yeah. Even we have the 3 bones for the joints. This is 22. Yeah, I said the last time. Sorry, folks. In this case, we are going to, yeah. So this is pretty annoying, but it can be, yeah, we don't have an automation for that. Okay, it bends, but we don't jump. To jump, to mean, and then it will keep happening that, unless, yeah, I need to pick one of the, any of the foot. Yeah, I don't no mechanism for that. The problem is that the foot itself is, yeah. So this solution lets it to get unlocked, stretchable from the this bone. It has some sort of, it has no bone constraint, but it has parenting. Alright, if you added anything that would copy location to the, for example, this mapper bone, not this, but this, what we'll have is probably some destruction of some other system. Copy location will be the most prevalent thing. More space, right? Then it's an infinite loop, naturally. The foot stays in place, but something, yeah, it's infinite loop. Then yes, rigging is deadly. So this was something yeah, just keyframe that, and but then we keep, yeah, as the character jump we keep losing, we need to reselect. There should be a way to do this, some sort of optional setting in which we can have this bone glued to its actual this will have, so this is the I key chain for, yeah, it will be the I key chain of the other, of the, so currently the foot deform is parented to another thing, it's parented to this, so not parented to this, so there's nothing parented to the actual shin bone, deform bone, so it'll be something like a dynamic parent, we need something like that. So what I could do, perhaps it's like, yeah, it would be something like that, child of, child of bone constraint, no, not so fast. We can't do that for, so for some, of course, some bone, because this is tracking exactly this stuff with I key, so we need perhaps another chain, but even that would be okay. Instead of, yeah, this cannot work. Alright, so this will be a yeah, I have another strategy to achieve this, so this is very intriguing. So all this building, okay, so we don't have this thing for the arm. Of course, if there was a way to have this bone copy transforms to this, yeah, we know it will not help. We have read, we know what it's caused, maybe just a miracle. If not, at tail not replace before original in world space. Now the foot bone, it gets like, actually maybe just yeah, then this is the problem, it's very crazy. And of course there is some dependency loops happening. Even if that worked, workspace before original, then this would make this tremble. here's like it will be like nearly working. Like the mechanism answer we can separate. There is this thing, except there's, yeah, it gets so not that simple. Replace would make it unbudgeable from certain, and if you lose the mechanism, yeah, and it's rotates strangely, then whatever that is not replaced is goes anywhere, like, so it's very strange. It's a case where we question why are all those things for if none of them work. Alright, let's turn that off. And that's it, folks. So thanks for watching. We got some very important development here. We got our rest position here, which we'll be doing for the next stuff there, the buttocks thing, and then we'll continue with more process. If if I want to texture paint more stuff, I'll be doing different live streams. So there's not many clothes here, so this is a good thing. Maybe we can maybe we can make this a parallel project, but that was the starting point, and I think the results were quite interesting. I can certainly improve in this texture painting, UV texture painting thing. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Tomorrow will be more. Sorry for exaggerated time here. And take care. Happy blending, folks. See you, Lotsky. Have a nice day.